Pokemon prices have been sliding for a few months now, but Ascended Heroes might be the set that wakes the market up. And after looking at the set list and what we're expecting, I think it's honestly going to be a huge set for 2026. Because, we've had some massive sets over the years, though, will this compete with sets like Prismatic Evolutions and Pokemon 151? 151 and Prismatic are very hard to come by, and also for some very exciting news, I actually will be going live on Whatnot and giving away some Pokemon 151 Prismatic Evolutions and Phantasmal Flames, plus doing auctions as well. If you want to participate, then that stream will be on the 25th of January, 6:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, and I'll talk more about that a bit later on in this video. But Ascended Heroes is likely going to be a game changer, and these early sets are usually some of the biggest for the year. So if you're unaware, Pokemon early January sets are usually some of the most iconic releases, such as Crown Zenith, Paldean Fates, and Prismatic Evolutions, and honestly, Ascended Heroes looks like it's going to be following the same path. But look at the reveals that we're looking at, because it is a massive step up for a set. All right, so the reveals obviously for Ascended Heroes and what we're expecting for this year are pretty exciting. I personally am very excited for Ascended Heroes. Mainly, I do like Mega Dragonite as well. I've really come around to the Pokemon, especially when I played Legends EA and got a real feel of the game. I really actually started enjoying using Dragonite on my team, and I do feel the Mega actually fits well. I think Mega Evolution, with these new Mega Evolutions, a lot of people criticize Legends EA and the new forms, and they all looked a little bit comical, and a lot of people weren't happy with the new Mega Evolutions, though I have to be real, when you actually play Legends EA and you feel how it fits in the theme, it actually really works, and the game did a fantastic job with the Megas, and I'm super excited now to see all these new Mega Evolutions that are about to come out in the TCG, and I actually can't wait to see the TCG rollout for all those new Mega Evolutions which were introduced in Legends EA, because initially when I saw the reveals, I was really disappointed with the Mega Evolutions, but now, after playing the game and, fully completing the Pokedex, I'm totally for them. I actually can't wait. Same thing with the Beautifly. Now, I can't actually remember the last time we got a Beautifly artwork in the TCG. I don't think we actually haven't had an illustration rare or of any sorts for Beautifly. That's really cool. Real vintage kind of look for this illustration rare. I wonder if there will be more like this, though. That is looking really cool so far. Love it when they give that vintage kind of look to some of these cards. Same thing with the Weaville. This is such a good illustration rare. Really good. I love it when you have multiple of the same Pokemon in that artwork, and this Weaville is a perfect example of that. Really good composition here as well. As you can see, it's in the center of the frame, but you do have so many foreground elements in this artwork as well. Really is a good piece. To be honest, I think this artwork would have really suited a special illustration rare as well. But even as an illustration rare, I think this card is actually one to look out for. Not saying it's going to be a massive price, nothing like Seismitoad, nothing like Magikarp, but I do think it's going to be one that people want in their collections, because Weaville is definitely a loved Pokemon. Same thing with the Togekiss illustration rare as well. Togekiss, pretty unrepresented Pokemon in the TCG. It is so rare that we have had any amazing Togekiss artworks, and this is pretty cool as well. I actually think Togekiss could have had a Mega Evolution. That's one Pokemon that I think deserves one. Looking at this so far, I think it's going to be okay. I do think, though, like I said, Togekiss does need more cards in the TCG. If we look at the history of Togekiss cards, there's just not that many awesome ones to add to your collection, especially ever since Scarlet and Violet era, and even Sword and Shield, where they experimented much more with artworks. I think now a lot of these Pokemon need to kind of get good artworks to kind of compete with those amazing Charizard artworks we have, and the amazing Gengar artworks that we have, and all that. Pokemon like Togekiss definitely need more cards in the TCG. Now, one that's really looking awesome is the Mightyena illustration rare. Very, very cool, different. I've noticed with the Ascended Heroes, they have multiples of the same Pokemon in this. Same with the Weaville, same here as well. Really awesome artwork. They're really, the thing about Pokemon cards, what they've done, and Pokemon as well, how much they've added so much complexity to their artworks. It really, when you look at vintage cards versus cards of today, it is literally night and day. It is complete, it's a different game, man. What Pokemon have done, and even when you look at other TCGs, no one is really making such creative artworks like Pokemon, and I don't think they'll even be able to get there, because this is just so amazing. To see Mightyena in an illustration rare like this looks really great. These are going to be awesome to add to a binder and add to your collections. A lot of the illustration rares I've shown you, they're going to be, in terms of Pokemon cards, in terms relative to the market, they're going to be affordable Pokemon cards to pick up if you want these. So it's more when we go into the special illustration rares, which I will show you in a second, that's when the game changes a little bit. Now, as I did mention earlier in the video, I will be going live on Whatnot and doing an awesome giveaway, which includes packs of Pokemon 151, Prismatic Evolutions, and Phantasmal Flames on 25th of January, 6:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And I'll also be auctioning packs and singles starting at $1. Now, today's video is sponsored by Whatnot. Now, if you've never used Whatnot before, it's a live shopping app where you can bid on and buy items in real time, and Pokemon cards are absolutely massive over there right now. I actually find my streams are a great way to learn the platform, and what's cool is you can just chill out and participate in the giveaways, or if you like, you can also buy things in the stream as well. We've had some massive pulls in the last few streams, such as Hop Zacian SIR, the Greninja Special Illustration Rare, and even Cynthia's Garchomp. And here's the best part, if you are a first timer and you sign up using my link, you'll actually get a $15 credit to use on Whatnot. Feel free to scan the QR code appearing on screen right now, or just use the link in the description. I can't wait to see you on the stream. A big thanks to Whatnot for supporting the channel. Now let's jump back into the video. Now, moving on to these Mega Attack rares. These are a massive hype thing for this new Mega Evolution era. Ascended Heroes does have these Mega Attack rares. Here is the Frosslass. Really love these, man. Really love these. So here, the only difference is this is the Japanese Frosslass. As you can see there on that card there, it says Absolute Snow. What is interesting, if you don't know about this Mega Evolution cards, the English version where it says Absolute Snow will actually have Japanese characters. So the English TCG gets Japanese characters and the Japanese cards get English characters. That's just a little bit of a fun trivia about Mega Evolution cards. So when Mega Evolution cards were said that they were going to come back into the TCG, a lot of people were worried that, hey, we hope that they don't look like what Mega Evolution cards used to look like, because some of them are a little bit of an eyesore, those older ones. I'm actually really happy that they added the Mega Attack Rare rarity, personally, because I think it still stays true to what Mega Evolution cards were like, but of course you do have those awesome special illustration rares that don't follow that formula, which I will show you in a second. Now, moving on to the Mega Feraligatr, this is a really cool special illustration rare. The Mega Feraligatr, it's a lot of people don't like it. There's been a lot of criticisms on the Mega Feraligatr. In this artwork, it looks so good because the hood's on top of it. That's the only thing I'm not like, because of that weird thing about Mega Feraligatr, a lot of people don't like it. I think when it's done well, like an artwork like this, it does look really good. Now, same thing with the Mega Frosslass Special Illustration Rare. Good use of color here. It's definitely a unique artwork. Mega Frosslass, if you've seen it, it's a massive Pokemon, absolutely huge. It's like I don't know, it's more than 7 feet. It's an enormous Pokemon. But yeah, no, it's a really good special illustration rare as well. And I do imagine a lot of people are going to be wanting to add these to their collections, though the price for these, I do imagine, will be pretty expensive. Now, the Pikachu EX, this is a cool special illustration rare. Believe it or not, Pikachu actually gets 2 SIRs within Ascended Heroes. Of course, mascot in the franchise, gets a little bit of special treatment. Again, great artwork. All the Pikachu artworks are going to be very much in demand. I do think this one in particular is going to be more in demand than the Terastallized one, though, you know, it just depends where the market kind of goes. We also do have a Team Rocket's Mewtwo in Ascended Heroes, which is also competing with the Destined Rivals one. A lot of people are making decisions. At the moment, I kind of have really grown to the new Team Rocket's Mewtwo. I think it's really awesome. Whether or not do I like it more than Team Rocket's Mewtwo from Destined Rivals, I'm not sure yet. Definitely keen to know your thoughts on what you like about these, but they are looking pretty good. Now, a really awesome artwork is the Lilius Clefairy, and I don't know, man, like Lilius Clefairy, you've got this one and you also have the one from Journey Together. I don't know. See, this is hard. There's such great artworks. They're so different as well. But these are great. I mean, going to be a big market for these cards. They are great. A lot of people are going to love to have these collections. And, you know, if you missed out on that Lilius Clefairy and Journey Together, maybe you have a chance to have these ones. Though if it's anything like Prismatic Evolutions, where those cards that got reintroduced in Prismatic, it's likely that Ascended Heroes will be more expensive, these SIRs, than the ones we had previously. Maybe not the Team Rocket's Mewtwo, but a few of these will probably be more expensive in Ascended Heroes if it follows like Prismatic Evolutions, especially with how hard Pokemon cards are to get at the moment. Also, if you do like getting Pokemon updates, honestly, a great resource is my channel's Discord. With over 11,000 members, you can just ask questions about the hobby. Also, if you love seeing me go live on live streams, you'll also be first to hear about it there. The server invite is in the video's description. Now, the Mega Gengar from Dan Chow, very, very good artwork. This is illustrated by Dan Chow, who also created the Mega Charizard X, also created the Zekrom Special Illustration Rare from Black Bolt. they've been on a run. I mean, Dan Chow, he's doing good things. So this is a really fantastic artwork. I love it. Some people don't like the Mega Gengar. I love it. It's got like a big swamp in the bottom. But what I like about this artwork, it's actually bringing that sludge poison energy into it as well. Because look at that bottom. It just looks like a wave of sludge. So I love it. Really looks good. And I think they did a fantastic job here. And it looks like, I love those kind of Gengar. They always kind of represent Gengar in a unique way in the TCG. And this is definitely looking like a fantastic illustration. And I do imagine price points for these. If we're thinking about price points and just projecting, this is going to be an expensive card, man. This is going to be a very, very expensive card, depending on pull rates. But even if pull rates are easy, with the amount of SIRs that are in Ascended Heroes, it is likely that so far I do think this is going to be the most expensive Mega Pokemon card that we have for the new Mega Evolution era. And yeah, there's going to be a big demand for this card. There is something known as a Gengar tax. So if you're new to collectibles, Gengar as a Pokemon has so many generations of awesome artwork. So many people collect Gengar Pokemon cards. And it's just likely that it will be, you know, just following that kind of principle, this will be definitely the most expensive card from Ascended Heroes, and probably one of the most expensive cards from the whole Mega Evolution era. Now, the Mega Dragonite Special Illustration Rare, I do think this will be the second most expensive card in the set. Just from my own predictions, I'm thinking it's going to be Gengar and Dragonite, but Gengar will overtake it by a long shot, even though this is an awesome artwork as well. I do think the Mega Dragonite, even looking at this artwork, it probably deserved the fairy typing, just it fits it so well. But that is a fantastic artwork, and if you do look there, you can see in this artwork, you do have Dratini, Dragonair, Dragonite, and of course, Mega Dragonite all in that artwork. And that is following a theme, because you have the Mega Charizard that has all the evolution line in the background of the photo. Same with the Mega Gardevoir. So that is following that like theme of having the whole evolution line in the whole frame of the card, which is really cool. Though with Ascended Heroes, I think there's some discussion about the growth of Pokemon cards, though what's important to understand is that Pokemon cards are not just linear growth, and I do explain why that is in this video here. Within this video on screen, I actually go deep into explaining why Pokemon cards are not just endless growth. If you want to see that explanation, click the video on screen. I'll see you on the next video. I appreciate you watching.